Hello everyone, this video I have done regarding Google Classroom. So let us start. First, I will click on the Google Chrome. Here either I can type classroom.google.com, otherwise I can go to my Gmail app. I can go to Google Apps. From Google Apps, I will go to Classroom. So this is the Google Classroom window where I can create a class for myself. So in the right side corner, you can observe there is a plus symbol. In this plus symbol, there are two options. One is for joining class, another is for creating class. So as a teacher, I will create class. So now I am clicking on the create class option. Now I have to click on this rules and regulations. Then I have to click on the continue button. Here I have to give the class name. Suppose I am giving class name as Standard 8 GIEL. Okay. Here the section name I am giving as A. Here the subject name I am giving as computer science, for example. I am giving room number. It is up to me. If I want, I can give, otherwise no need. Okay. Now I am going to click on the create. Once I will click on the create, this class will be created and this class code is 7AZA60N. This is the class code through which the students can also join if I will give them this class code. Okay. Also they can join through the email ID. Also they can join through the class code. Now I am going to select the theme. I am going to change this theme. So I will click on the select theme option. From here, I can choose any theme. For example, I am choosing this one. Then I am clicking on and choosing this one. Then I am choosing on select class theme. Now you can see this theme has been changed. Okay. Now you can see in this 4 tabs are available: stream, classwork, people, marks. So in the stream, whatever notifications I will post, students can see. If I will post or write something here, so the students can see. It is for the notification purpose. Classwork means we can add the material, we can add the assignment, we can create quiz for the class. Here people may, okay, so from this tab we can do all these things. People means either I can invite the teachers and students in this tab. Marks means it depends on the evaluation part. Once the class will be created, once the work will be given to the students, after that I can see whether I have given them the marks, they are graded or not. All these things I can see in this tab. So let us start with first by inviting some students and teachers to the class. So for that, what I will do, I will click on the people tab. As you can see, here are two options available. One is for teachers, one for students. So if I will click on the teachers tab, whose email ID I will give here, they can work all the things similar to me, but only one thing they cannot do is they cannot delete the class. As I have created the class, I only have the power to delete the class. All other things they can do. Okay. So for example, I want to remember one Gmail ID. Okay. So this ID I am giving as a teacher's ID. Okay. BBK2013 @gmail.com. So I am going to invite the. Okay, here I am going to click on the invite option. Okay, so now they will get the invitation and they can join the class. Here I am adding student, another Gmail ID of mine I am giving as a student Gmail ID, so that I can show you how it will be when I am doing something as a teacher, how that thing will be visible to the students. Here I am clicking on invite students. Okay, and I am giving another Gmail ID of me. Okay, so this is my another Gmail ID I gave. This one we can copy and we can send in the WhatsApp group. So this invitation link also students can join. I'm repeating again, from here you can copy the link and you can send it in any WhatsApp group, so that also students can join. If you want to send it to to someone also, they can also join by clicking on this link. Okay, I will click on the link. Then I can click on the link, so you can see here link copied. Okay, so when I will paste it, so that link they can click on that link and they also can join through my they can also join to my class. Okay, so here the link is copied, but now I am not going for that. I am going through the invitation, because this process is known to everyone, how to copy the link and how to send it in group. Now I am going to send the link through Gmail ID. So I send this link to another Gmail ID of mine. Now I am clicking on the invite option. Okay. Now let us see how as a student I can join. Okay. So I am going to another browser of mine. Here it is open. I am clicking on the Internet Explorer and you can see I am typing here. Let's refresh it. One minute. Let me refresh it. Okay. So let me check again. So here I will come and I have invited. Okay, so I will go to the students tab. Here I will get the invitation. So after that, no, maybe in spam. So leave it. I am going to open another tab. Okay, there we will try to direct. Through the class code. Okay, so I am going to again to my Gmail app. As a student, I am working here. Classroom. I should get the invitation there. Now I will click on the plus symbol and I will click on the join class. So how, see, you can see here when I am login as a student, it is asking me for the class code. It is asking me for the class code. So I have to give the class code to my student. So how I will give the class code? From here. If I am joining through the email ID directly there, it may not ask this class code. But now I am joining through the Google Classroom as a student. So it is asking me the class code. So I have to give this class code to the students. Okay. Now I have to give this class code. Again, I am copying it. 7AZ A6OL. From here also we can copy the invitation link. So this is the class code I am copying. what I will do, but I have to give it to the students either through WhatsApp or either through their personal number. So I will come here. Here I have to give this class code. Then I have to click on join. Now I am joining to the Google Classroom. You can see here I can join to Google Classroom. Okay. Now suppose after creating a class, I want to type a message for my students. Okay. So here I am typing. Welcome you all to Google Classroom. So after that, I am posting it here, post. Okay, now let us see whether I can see this message. I'm going to Internet Explorer and here I am checking it. Okay, so for that I have to refresh. You can see here one message is showing stream was updated. So click on show. Welcome you all to Google Classroom. So as a student, I can see welcome you all to Google Classroom. Okay, now let us go. Now we learned how to add the students and how to add the teachers. So once we are creating a class, next thing is I will have to add some material to the class. I want to take the class, so I have to add some material to the class. So for that, what I will do, I will go to this classwork option. In the classwork option, I will click on create. From the create, first I have to create the topic. First I want to create the topic. So I will click on the topic. Here I am giving the name of the first lesson. Okay, that is internet. Now click on add. So one topic is added for me. Under that topic, whatever the related things for that lesson, I can add them as material. That I will explain you. Let me create another topic. So first I created internet. Now I am going to create another topic called access. Okay. Now I will click on the add button. So here I created two topics for the class. Okay. Now for these topics, I have to create the material. Suppose I want internet to come first and access to come down. So what I will do? I will click on these triple dots. Then I will click on move up. Okay, now you can see internet went up and access came down. Other options are also there. If I don't want, I can delete them. If I want to rename it, I can rename. If I want to send this link, I will click on the copy link. Why it is showing now move down? Because already move up option I have used for this purpose. Okay. So now I want to add the material to the topic. So how I will add? I will again go to create option. From create option, I will go to material. In the material, suppose I want to write notes. Okay, here this notes is about internet. Okay, now you can see in the down there are two ways. One is add, one is create. If you have already prepared materials or ready-made materials, you can go for this add option. But if you don't have any material with you, you have to click on this create button. Okay. So under add button, we have four options like Google Drive, link, file, YouTube. And under create option, we have DOCS, that is Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Drawings, and Google Forms. Okay. By using all these features also, I can create the materials. Though we already have the materials with us, so we have to click on this add button. After that, I will show you including all these options one by one. First, I am clicking on the Google Drive. It's little bit slow. Okay, so from Google Drive, I can upload any file. I am going to my drive. Let me check in my drive. anything I can upload from this. Suppose this one I want to insert. So I inserted. You can see this one I uploaded from Google Drive itself. Okay. Now we will see another way through which I can upload a material to my class. I am clicking on the link. In link, we can give the web link. So how I will do that? I am opening another tab here. Here I am typing what is internet, and here I am searching some links. Which link is useful for me? For example, this one I found useful. So what I have to do is I have to copy this link. Control C to copy this one. Control C to copy the link. I will come back to this tab. In the link here, I have to paste it. Control V. Then click on add link. So you can see now a link has been added as a material to my class. Now I am going to add the material through file. File means which already I have with me. So I will click on the file option and I can choose it from any drive. I am going to upload from the system itself. Upload, browse. Any file we can choose. Okay. For example, this one I am choosing and I am uploading it. Done. So 3 ways I already have added the material to the class. Now let us see the last way. Add through YouTube. When I will click on add through YouTube, I will get two options, either through video search or through URL. Video search means directly I can type the name of the topic and I can search. So many videos, some of the videos will come and I can select anyone and I can add. Let us see. So it is showing me some of the videos. Suppose this one I liked, I will watch it and I can select it. Okay. This is the one way through which I can add a video. I have to select it and I can add it. Otherwise, I can click on the URL and if I know the URL, otherwise I can go to the YouTube. From there, I can copy the URL and I can paste it here. Okay. But I am going for this video search. I am typing here internet. What is internet, for example? Then I will select this, then click on the add button. Okay. Click on the add button. Now you can see I have added the material to my class in 4 ways. But now it is saved as a draft. It has not been posted because I have not clicked on the post option. So when I will click on the post options, there are 2 things available. Four things are available here. Whether I want to post it now or I want to schedule it for future. Suppose tomorrow or day after tomorrow, till now I have not finished my lesson. So I made it ready and I want to post it tomorrow. So by that we can schedule it by giving the tomorrow's date. Saved draft means neither it will be posted nor it will be scheduled. It will be saved as a draft only. Discard draft means nothing will happen. So now I am going to post it because I want to see how it will be visible for the student. So I clicked on the post. Now you can see it has been posted. Material created. It is showing me material created. So now let us see as a student from this browser window. Stream was updated. Okay. Click on show. It is showing here Pinky Mahapatra posted a new material notes. So I want to see what is the material has been posted for me. So I am clicking here. I got to know that all these things has been posted as a material for my course. So here I am typing a comments for my teacher. Thank you. Okay, now as a teacher, how I can see this? I'm going back to Chrome browser. Here, when I will refresh it, one minute. Yes, it has been posted. Yes, I could see the message now because of some network, as the network is little bit slow, so it is getting delivered after certain seconds. So thank you, ma'am. The message I got. Okay, this is the acknowledgement I got here. So after that, what I want to do is I want to go back. Already material concept is over. So what I did, I create the class, I created the topic, then I created the material. Now we will go to the next part, that is assignment. How I can assign the assignment to the students. Again, same process. I will go to the create option. Once I will go to the create option, then I will click on the assignment. Here I am writing assignment 1. Okay, instructions. Try to finish it before 15th of October. So here I am telling them try to finish it before 15th October. Okay. So now I will add one assignment for my class. I am clicking on add. Then I am going to file. You can add from all these 4 options. As I told you how to add the material, similar way you can add from all the 4 options. I am going to click on the file. Then from here I am uploading. Upload. Then browse. Then this one, suppose I am uploading. Then click on open. So now I have posted one access. Now I have created an assignment for my students. From here what I will do, I will click on make a copy for each student. So each student can see a copy. Okay. Now from here you can see the class, which class I want to send this assignment. So by default the current class will be activated. So this one, standard 8. Okay. So you can see standard 8. Okay. Here only one student, I only have joined as a student, so it is showing me only. So what I have to do, I have to select all students only. Okay, all students. Then here I can define the points for the assignment. It is not mandatory that I will take always 100 points. Okay. Here I have to mention the date because here I have given the 15th October. So here I have to mention the last date for the assignment when the students can give. So after 15th October, so after certain time, they cannot submit the assignment to the class. So here I am clicking on no due date. So one calendar will appear here. So I am choosing here 15th and I am giving a time period like 15. Suppose 12. Here I am giving 12. Okay. Then I am clicking on OK. Okay. Now I will click on the assign button. Once I will click on the assign button, you can see one assignment will be created for the students. You can see here the message assignment created. Now I am going to this stream to see the notification. Here you can see Pinky Mahapatra posted a new assignment. Okay. So this is the way I can create the assignment for the students. It is showing assigned 1 because I have assigned to me only as a student I have joined. So I have taken one assignment. In this tab I am marking as a teacher. In the Internet Explorer tab I am marking as a student. So now let us see whether the students got this or not. So I am going to Internet Explorer to show this. Now we will see whether the students got it or not. Okay, you can see I have posted a assignment. The students is getting the message. Now what the student will do? Student will see this assignment. So here I want to tell you one thing. In some browser, this part will be displaying here. Only your work will be displaying in the right side. Okay, it depends on the browser version. So don't be confused if both are displaying here. So what the students will do? Students will see the assignment. What is the assignment? What is the mark here? It is written. So this is the assignment for the students. Student read that assignment. Now what the students will do? Let me go back. Here 20 points, try to finish it before 15th October. Now students will do the assignment. They will send it to me. Okay. So as we know our students will send it will send us in a PDF copy. So I am clicking on add or create. So here the students has to create. Click add or create. So here the students will click. Now click on the file option because already we have taken the photos and we have converted into the PDF and it is there with either in the system or in the mobile. Then I will click it. Suppose this one I want to send. I will go to upload. Then I will go to browse. Then from here, suppose in the desktop I had created a folder. So I am going to desktop. Suppose this one. This is a student's note which I had. So I am uploading this one. Click on open. Now the students will submit this to me by clicking on hand in option. So the students will again click on hand in. So now as a teacher, I have to evaluate this assignment. So I am going to Chrome tab. Okay, let me check whether anyone has given the assignment or not. Let it refresh. Okay, now it is showing 100 in. Why it is showing assignment 0? Because already the person to whom I had assigned the assignment, he has handed over it to me. So that is why it is showing 0. If there will be 15 students, one has been assigned, has been given means it will be showing you 14. Okay. So no doubts on this. Though I had assigned it for one student, so here it is now showing 0. Now I want to evaluate this assignment. So what I will do first, I have to read the assignment. Here I will click. After clicking here, I have to grade it. So how I will grade it? You can see here, there are also some options available. Like you want to, if there will be more students, how you want to sort them by first name, surname, status. Okay, but I don't want to go for that. You can do like that. Now we can see here is the options available. Grade with Kami. Okay. So that's why it has been opened with Kami. It is your wish. You can go for any other extension also. Though I have installed this extension, I am using this only. Okay. So now I have to open this one because this is the one which I want to correct. So I will click on this. So now you can see this has been opened for me. This is a note. So now I need to correct it. So how I will correct? I need a pen for that. So from here I am choosing a red pen because I want to correct it with a red pen. So what I will do? Simply I will give the mark like this. I am going down to correct for the, suppose this one 15. So total is 20. So I gave suppose 20 out of 20 to the students. 20 out of 20. Okay, now the students got 20 out of 20. So I want to send it to the students. Here I will write 20. Here I can give a private comment for the students. Well done. And I can post it. Okay, this will be posted. Private comments. Here I have to click on the return option. Unless until I don't click on the return option, this one will not be visible to the students. Here also options are available. Return this submission, return multiple submission. So I want to submit this one only because I have taken only one. So I will click on the return option. So again, I have to click on the return option. So students will be notified and can check the marks. Okay, now let us go to the students window. Here I am going to this email ID. So here the messages are stored from the beginning. Okay, so here you can see, okay, you have added a comment on assignment 1. So your your assignment has been marked. You have got the mark, so you can check it by clicking here. So you can click on the open. Okay. So you have got a private comment like well done, and this is the mark you have got in your assignment. Okay. So this is the way how I can see the mark. Okay, and the comment here. Understood? Now let us go back to the teachers window. So this is one way I have done. Now I will explain you how we can do a assignment with rubrics. How we can do a assignment with rubrics. So again, same process, click on create, go to assignment. Here I am typing the assignment name is assignment 2. As I have told you, you can also schedule it. There is no problem in scheduling a assignment. Though I am explaining, I am not scheduling because it will available after some time. That's why I am not scheduling. But I can, as how to schedule, I can show you. Assignment 2, refer rubrics for gradation. So why we are using rubrics for gradation means I can inform the students how the question is going to be evaluated. Okay. So how the questions is going to be evaluated, that I can tell to students. Here I am clicking on the add. Then I am going to click on the file. As I have told you, you can use all the 4 options. It depends on you. Here I will click on the upload. Then I am clicking on the browse. Then anyone, for example, I want a PDF file. So for example, I'm going to here. Any PDF file I can choose and I can upload. For example, this one I am choosing. Click on open. Now you can see it has been created. Now I have to click on this option to make a copy for each student. Now I have to go for the same process. Here the class, here the students. So I will send for all the students. Here I want to give the mark to the students. For example, 20. Here again due date, when they can give me back, no due. Then I am clicking on 15th. Here I am giving the 12 p.m. Okay. So from here also you can schedule it. If you will click on the schedule, you can give the date and time. At that date and time only, this assignment will be available to the students. Okay. So but I am not using schedule option because I want to show it to the students now. But after 10 minutes, 20 minutes like that, you can give and you can practice also. Okay. So here what I will do is I am selecting a topic for this assignment. Under which topic I want to give it under access, for example. Okay. Now I have to click on the rubric. So here 3 options are available: create rubric, reuse rubric, import from sheets. I want to click on create rubric. As I don't have a rubric, I want to create it. If you have, you can go for the reuse rubric. Suppose in other classes you have used that and you want to use it here. Same thing. So reuse. Import from sheets means from Google Sheets also you can import it. I am going to create rubric. So here I can give the criteria like explain syntax. Means if the students will explain the syntax, I will give them mark. Explain syntax. Okay, you have to explain the syntax. Label point I want to give for this is 10. Now label title, for example, label 1. Again, I am adding another criteria. This is optional. If you want to give, you can give. Otherwise, you can leave. Again, I am adding one more criteria as suppose explain coding. Here I am write the coding properly. So by this, what will happen is students will come to know what are the things they have to cover under the assignment, and those things contain how much marks. So it will be transparent for the students. So here I am giving 10. Here I am giving the label title as label 2. Only these two is sufficient for me. Then I am going to click on save button. So now the rubric is saved. Okay, rubric is saved. Okay, so now I want to assign this assignment to the students. I will click on the assign. Okay, now we will see whether the students is able to see this assignment or not. I am coming to again the students window. Yes, you can see a new assignment, assignment 2 has been updated. So here what it is showing? It is showing the part, how that assignment is divided. 10 for the rubrics, 10 for the syntax, 10 for the codings. Okay, now again the students will see this and we will upload the answer to me. Suppose this is the assignment I have given. Now the students saw this. Now they will upload the answer sheet for me. So here again same process, add or create, then file, then I'm going to take any file from my system. Here the students has to submit the original files what they have created. For the demonstration purpose, I am using a demo file. Already I have taken this one. So let us take another one. 1 minute, let me check. Okay, one more I am taking from here. Okay, suppose this one I am taking. Open. It's taking some time. Okay, let me go for another file. It is taking some time. Upload, browse, drive. Now it is uploading. Now the students will click on the hand in and click on hand in. Now I have to evaluate this. So I will go to the teachers window. From teachers window, here what I will do is I will go to the stream. Here I can see whether the students have submitted it or not. Yes, it's handed in. So these are assigned. So I will click it. So again, I want to grade it with coming means you can click on. Otherwise, you can remove. As I have told you, you can use other extension for your purpose. So here I am clicking this file to open. Okay, suppose I will assume this as the syntax, so I am correcting it. I gave 10 marks for the syntax. Now I will go down. Suppose I am assuming this as the coding. So 20 marks. But while I will mark, here I have to give the mark. So the students can see under what, how much he has got. So under syntax, I gave 10. Under coding also, I gave 10. Here I can give the private comment like keep it up. Now you can see I don't have to add anything here. When I enter 10, 10 already the 20 has added as the mark. Then I gave a private comment and I will click on the post. Now I have to return this mark to the students. So now the students can see the mark he got. Now I have to go back to the students window. Here I am going back to the students window and I can see what is the mark I have got. Okay. Here also you will get the notification in email ID. Here you can see marked assigned to. Okay, so my assignment 2 has been marked, so I got the notification. Here I am clicking, I am going to open option. When I am going to open option, I can see I have got 10 marks in coding and 10 marks in syntax. Okay, now let us go to the another features for this. Now I want to create a quiz for the class. So I will go to classwork. Here I will click on the create. From the create, I have the quiz assignment. So I will click on the quiz assignment. So here I can create a Google form. Heading I am giving as quiz. Here instructions, all questions mandatory. This then you all know how to do it. For demonstration purpose only I am showing one. So after creating the quiz, here I can create the quiz by using Google form. I will click on this Google form. Okay, for example, I am typing what is the computer giving two machines. Let's see. Okay, so this is a required field. As you know, it will be evaluated automatically. No problem for that. As the Google form marks in the same way only, make this a quiz. Save. This is a required field. So I can give the answer key from here. Machine. Then done. Okay. Now what I have to do? Now the quiz has been created, but it is not assigned to anyone. So I have to come here. I have to assign it to the students. Here you can see saved. So under which topic I want to give, again the class, students, points I can give here, suppose 10 points. If I want to give due date, by which date they can do the quiz, you can choose the date from here, 15th for example. Time I am giving same 12 p.m. they can give. After 12 p.m. this quiz will not be activated for the students because I have given the time limit for them. Now for topic, suppose I want to create a topic called internet. Under the topic internet, I am giving them. So I will click on the internet. Now I will assign the quiz to the students. Now you can see assignment created. So one quiz has been created for the students. You can see here under internet. Okay. Now let us go to the students window from here. We will see whether the students can see this or not. You can see here, the students can see this. A quiz has been assigned for them. Okay, so now the students can do this quiz and they can write. Just click. Okay, the students can see. Okay, response submitted and assignment marked as done. Okay, so the students can see it is automatically evaluated. So now I am going to teachers window. I am going to class. From class, I want to check. Yes, it has been done. Okay, so here also I can enter the mark. Okay, now we will go to this another part. So we could see all the features, classwork, under create. One more is question. Question means I can create a question for the class here and I can post it. So the students will give me the answers. From here I can directly type a question like this. Who is the, like a interactive section we are asking, who is the father of computer? From here I can choose multiple choice. Okay, option 1, Charles Babbage. So the student will be able to see this when I will click on the ask button. When I will click on the ask button, all the students will be able to see it. Question created. Okay. So I want to make my class attractive, interactive. So I can create the questions like this and I can ask them. Let us see the students, whether they are able to see it or not. So I am going to this part. So what I will do is, I want to see stream was updated. So who is the father of computer? Posted a new question, who is the father of computer? So now the students can see and they can answer me in the comment. Okay, they can choose from here. Charles Babbage, it will be assigned to, there also they can give a comments like this, otherwise it will be available to them like this. Assigned your answer, 2 options, Charles Babbage, hand in. So this is a best way. This is the best way through which I can know whether the students are there in the class or not, by asking them certain questions. Okay, now I am going to teachers window. From here I can see whether my students has answered to me or not. Yes, answered, and the answer is correct. So here I can give the mark for the students also. Okay, as I had not changed the point, so it was showing like this. Now I am going to the last one for the marks. All these 3 I already have explained. Now I am going for the last step, that is marks. Under the marks, I can see whether my mark has been assigned to the students or not. So here you can see I have already given the marks to the students. If I have not given, I can give the mark also right away here. Okay, so here I can give the marks also for the students. Okay, now let us see. So with this I explained all the 4 options of the Google Classroom. Now I am coming back here. Suppose after creating the class, here the class is created. I am going to my home. You can see here all the 3 classes has been created. From here, if I want to create a copy of the class, copy of the class means what? Suppose this is the previous year class. Okay, this is the previous year class. For this year, I don't want to create another class. Simply, I want to reuse it. So in that case, I can go for the copy option. So copy. Okay, here I can give the name is 20 and 21. So what will happen is same thing will be available for this class also. So no need to create another class. I have copied the class with the I have copied a class which was there available. So what will happen? Whatever things was there posted, everything will be copied to this new class. This is the new class which has been created. So in this class, you can see everything will be available with all these features. Okay. This is the copy of this old class I created. Suppose after creating the class, I felt it is not required for me. I did not do a good job. So I want to delete this class. So how I will delete a class? First, there is no direct delete option in the Google Classroom. I have to click on these three dots. Then I have to click on archive. What I will do? I will click on archive. I will click on archive. Now I will go to these three bar options. I will click here. Then I will go to archived classes. Now again click on the three dots. Now if you want to restore, you can restore. Means it will go back to its original position. Otherwise I can copy the class or I want to delete. But here my objective is to delete the class. So I will click on the delete option. So now I am deleting. Copy. The copy class will be deleted, not the original one. I am clicking on the delete. Now let us go back. See, original is available here. Okay. So this is all about our Google Classroom.